Can you hear me? Yeah. So we are Lorenzo and Dominica, and we never did this, but we're going to present to you a design experiment that we started this summer. Still Not Quite is a fictional marketplace of objects and ideas from possible futures, which is born out of our both shared passions for future speculations and community engagement. So, in our opinion, the conversation about the future is mainly driven by corporations and other powerful entities. It's either white and glossy or dusty and dystopian. What we're interested is in the middle of this, so the mundane, the everyday life, even sometimes the boring parts. And as a relevant example, this is a screenshot of a video that Microsoft did in 2009 about the future of work for 2019. As you can see, these are places and objects that are ethereal. There's no conflict, no mistakes, there's no faultness in these places. And as you can see, some YouTube users were already recognizing you can't really read it, I think. Yeah, there were funny comments anyway. So we believe that the design of the future should be as democratic as possible. So we decided to take a participatory approach to this. That's why we developed a workshop where people design objects and services and use them as storytelling prompts from their chosen futures. So our first workshop, where we engaged with the closest community we had, so young designers and creatives working in Glasgow. From freelancers to 0 hours, the creative industry is leading when it comes to new ways of working and new ways of organizing, as sometimes exploiting their workers. Before the workshop, we digged a little bit into the trend, and we found out that we work more than ever. 60% of British workers don't think they have a healthy work-life balance. Many of these people are looking for ways to keep up with these demands, and the market of the so-called smart drugs or cognitive enhancing drugs is on the rise. Nootropic is the scientific name for these drugs, and are substances that promise to enhance cognitive abilities such as focus, memory, and alertness. The demand for them is on the rise, as you can see from the graph from Nature magazine from last year. We took this trend and we brought it to the extreme to formulate our future variable. So each of our workshops starts with a condition derived from the trend that we research, the consequences of which are still not quite understood. So we took this trend and we brought it to the extreme, and we asked participants, what if there was a legal and widely accessible substance that would make sleep unnecessary? How would that change the future of our work? So first, we brainstormed the consequences and the causes of the variable. And in the second stage, each participant picked an object from a list and redesigned it with a product description, a brand, a name for the object, and a certain price. That's exactly how you would find on a store if you go on Amazon today. Lastly, we exchanged each other objects, and we wrote a review for them from the point of view of a future user. What did you use it for? Who did you use it with? How did it impact your life? Would you recommend it to a friend? These were the questions they were asking, and these questions make our reviews adding them a crucial human and emotional layer to them.
So, reading from the description of the object number 1, Sober Stop by Baraka, are your workers, students, and doctors coming drunk for a meeting? The bright lights and techno music from the Sober Stop will attract your workers and youth and provide them with sober stoppers, so they will be contributing members of the workforce in no time.
And reading from the review of this object, I was taken to a sober stop by my boss last week. Do not be tricked. 10 hours sober in this hellhole of the world was enough, and to top it with a hangover from the artificial sobering is like nothing you felt before.
So as we can see from the review, the user interpreted the sober stop from the point of view of an exploited employee and forced by his boss to have a no-sleep pill. What it means to be sober is also quite unclear. The pill might sober you up from too many drinks, but it also alters your state. In fact, our participant also imagined the presence of a post-pill hangover. So ultimately, the sober stop is being interpreted as a mean of exploitation of its workers, and the pill as something that it's forced to them. So our next object is not directly related to work, but it illustrates the way people might live in the next reality. And reading from the description, it's the Pajama Precious Time, produced by Priceless. And it's an extremely smooth silk set. It's a real status symbol piece, as seen worn by TV presenters and rappers alike. Unisex shiny design will make you stand out of the crowd, and is made in Portugal by non-rolling contract employees.
And from the Mr. Cumberland review, I bought these pajamas because I saw a friend wearing them, but I'm on the rolling contract. When the hell would I have occasion to wear them? Last time I slept was around 2 weeks ago, but I kept on noticing them on my Instagram feed, and at some point I felt like, you know what, I'll buy myself a pajama as well.
So in a world with no sleep, the demand for cheap pajamas have decreased, and have become a luxurious item that only rich people can afford and actually buy. And the marketing strategy for these pajamas is apparently mainly on social media like Snapchat and Instagram. So Ed felt the pressure of his friend's lifestyle, and even though he has no chance to wear it, because the last time he slept was 2 weeks ago, he really likes the feeling that it gives to the entire room. So the function of the object didn't really change, but with shifting paradigms, objects will change their meaning and position in the society, and even a humble piece of clothing like a pajama can become a symbol of status. So after the workshop, we wanted to make our research public and available for everybody to explore. But we wanted to make it in a way that would feel relatable and kind of real, so transport our users into this fictional future. So we created a fictional online department store populated with the objects from this workshop and all of the future ones that will come. So our aim with Still in the Quiet is really to develop this experiment into an alternative research method. And to do this, we really want to test this with as many contexts as possible. So if you're interested in running a fun future exploration, contact us, and we really hope that we made you a bit curious. And thank you very much.
Thank you.